Stress isn't just a feeling. It's a silent thief, stealing your health, happiness, and your life. Stick around to discover strategies to conquer stress and never be stressed again in life. Ryan was an average student who usually did well in school. He liked playing soccer with his friends and watching movies with his family. School was okay for Ryan, and he didn't usually worry too much about tests or homework. One day, Ryan's teacher announced that a big exam was coming up in 2 weeks. This exam was important because it would decide which students got into the advanced classes next year. This was a one-in-a-million opportunity for Ryan. It was the hardest exam of their country. If he could pass this exam, his rest of the life will be very comfortable. Ryan wanted to do well, but when he saw how much he had to study, he started to feel nervous. Ryan tried to start studying, but every time he opened his books, his mind would wander. He couldn't focus. The more he thought about the test, the more anxious he became. He felt like he had a heavy backpack on, even when he wasn't carrying anything. The stress was something new to Ryan, and he didn't know how to handle it. Ryan knew he couldn't keep ignoring the test, so he asked his older sister, Emily, for help. Emily had gone through exams before and always seemed calm. "I'm so stressed out about this test," Ryan told her. "I don't even know where to start." Emily smiled and said, "It's okay, Ryan. I've been there too. The first thing you need to do is make a plan. Break your study time into small chunks so it doesn't feel so overwhelming. Also, make sure you take breaks to relax." Ryan thought about this and decided to give it a try. He made a schedule that split his studying into 1-hour sessions with breaks in between. He also set a goal to finish one subject each day. The next day, Ryan followed his plan. He studied for an hour, then took a 15-minute break to play with his dog. He felt better knowing he didn't have to study everything all at once. After a few days, Ryan noticed that he was starting to remember the material better, and his stress was slowly shrinking. As the exam got closer, Ryan started to feel nervous again. He worried that he hadn't studied enough or that he might forget everything during the test. His stress began to build up, and he felt like he couldn't sleep or think about anything else. Ryan realized he needed to do something about it. Emily noticed Ryan was getting stressed again and gave him more advice. "When I feel overwhelmed, I like to take deep breaths. It helps me calm down. And remember, you're more prepared than you think." Ryan nodded and decided to practice breathing exercises before bed. He sat quietly, closed his eyes, and took slow, deep breaths. After a few minutes, he felt his mind calming down. He started doing this every night, and soon he was able to sleep better and wake up feeling refreshed. On the day of the test, Ryan still felt a little nervous, but it was different this time. He remembered Emily's advice and took a few deep breaths before entering the classroom. As he sat down to take the exam, he felt ready. The heavy backpack of stress he had been carrying was much lighter now. After the exam, Ryan felt a huge sense of relief. He realized that dealing with stress was all about managing his time, taking breaks, and staying calm. Ryan knew he had done his best, and that was enough. The next time a big test came around, Ryan wasn't as nervous. He knew how to handle the stress and he felt more confident. He also shared his tips with his friends so they could feel less stressed too. Ryan learned that with the right plan and a few deep breaths, stress didn't have to take over his life. This is Spark's Wisdom. Wisdom continues.